So I welcome all of you to Bilmed Ultrasound Training Institute. Today we are taking a virtual CME on early pregnancy. I am repeating, virtual CME on early pregnancy. This is not a course. Whatever we are taking, this is not a course, but a CME. Complete course is available on our website and you can register for that. So the point is, this is not the course right now which we are about to start, but a small CME, you can say a workshop or a CME on early pregnancy scanning. Now, first of all, we will take theory. Small theory is very important when you are scanning. I will say not a little knowledge of this theory is important, but theory is the backbone of ultrasound. Merely doing ultrasound will land you nowhere unless and until you don't know the theory. What will you implement on the patient on the ultrasound? What you will implement? So knowing the theory and proper implementation of the theory is all of the ultrasound is what about. So let's discuss the theory of early pregnancy first, and then I will show you slides. I will show you pictures of ultrasound, and lastly, I will show you the live patient scanning of early pregnancy scanning. And at the end, we will take the MCQs also. So try to be interactive. Those who are who have joined with us via Facebook and YouTube also are requested to comment in the comment box. Whenever I will ask any question or any point to discuss, you have to comment in the comment box. And those who have joined us via Zoom, there is a chat box or a comment box. It is a comment box over there also. When you will see there are 3 dots over there, that is the more option itself. You can see that there is a comment box also. Now, those who are joined with us via the Zoom, there is another option of raise hand. Whenever I say raise hand, don't raise this physical hand, but the raise hand pop-up which will appear in your Zoom, I mean the more dialog box of the Zoom application. So raise hand options will be applicable for Zoom registered candidates only, not applicable for Facebook and not applicable for the YouTube. But for YouTube and Facebook, you are having a comment box where you can comment over there. So let's get started with our session. So, starting the session. Early pregnancy ultrasound. So, a small intro of the embryology. Millions of sperms are coming to fertilize a single ova, but eventually only some 50 to 100 reach the ova. And ultimately, usually only one penetrates in. So here comes the human egg, which is in a pronucleate stage. This egg has enlarged, but still is at a single cell prior to the first cleavage. Then comes the first cleavage, in which the egg is splitting in 2. Then comes the second cleavage, where the egg is splitting in 4. And then comes the third cleavage, where the egg is splitted into 16 cells. Now, this is a fertilized human egg, which is called as zygote, which has reached the blastocyst stage. zygote contains fluid, and this is called as blastocyst and is preparing for implementation in the endometrial cavity. Now, this all is not in endometrial cavity yet. This is somewhere in the fallopian tube. This is very important to understand. This all is going in the fallopian tube. Now, here is the fallopian tube. Now, when I am talking of this fertilization occurs over here in the fallopian tube. Now, question. Whatever we'll be discussing is very, very, very important. Whenever you'll be holding the probe, you will come to know the importance of these things, what we will discuss. Now, from this end to the endometrial cavity, how many days a fertilized ova takes to drop in the endometrial cavity? Facebook, these YouTubers, whosoever is live with me on YouTube, please comment in the comment box. And Facebook also, whosoever has joined via Facebook, please comment in the comment box. And whosoever has joined via Zoom, comment in the respective chat boxes. I don't want it to be one-sided. So comment how many days a fertilized ova takes to drop into the endometrial cavity. It means that how many days now I am getting Dr. Chandan Bhushan 4 days, Dr. Sarita 5 days. Let me go to the chat box. 3 days. After 7 days, Dr. Chandan, Dr. Sonu 4 days, Dr. Koko Srideva 3 days, Dr. Sarita 5 days, Dr. Anusha 4 days, Dr. DP Gangwar 3 days, Dr. Elsa Chandy 7 days, Dr. Namrita 3 to 5 days, and the chat is going on, which is very good. Now the point is, it is not actually the 7 day. Whosoever is telling me 7 days, 6 to 7 days, no, it is roughly 3 to 4 days. These points are very, very important. So this is approx 3 to 4 days. It means that the fertilized ova is taking about 3 to 5 days to travel the whole length of the fallopian tube to drop into the endometrial cavity. Next. Okay, now it has dropped into the endometrial cavity. It has dropped into the endometrial cavity. Now, next question. Sorry. Now, next question. Is it implanting the same day when it is dropping into the endometrial cavity? Is it dropping same day when it is dropping into the endometrial cavity? Or it takes time to get implanted? So first, we know now 3 to 4 days it is traveling from one end to another to drop into the endometrial cavity. Next question, is it the same day that it is implanting after dropping into the endometrial cavity, or it takes time? If it takes time, how much it takes to get implanted after dropping into the endometrial cavity? In your chat boxes now. Implantation, Dr. Reno, 24 hours. Dr. Wani Puri, 1 to 2 days. Dr. Anusha, 3 days. Dr. Uma, 24 to 48 hours. Dr. Nipura, 4 to 5 days. And the chat is going on. And about 90% are saying me 24 to 48 hours. It means 1 to 2 days. Very good. So make a red note in your notebooks that first, how much time it is taking to drop into the endometrial cavity. I mean, traveling of the in the fallopian tube, 3 to 4 days. Then it takes 1 to 2 days to get implanted. Now, see the importance of knowing these questions. Now, if this is 14th day, when the ovulation occurs, it is somehow 12 to 14 days. So let's take 14 days. 14th day, ovulation. Then it is traveling about 3 to 4 days, the fallopian tube, keep on adding. 14 plus 4 is 18. Then 2 days it is searching for the site or getting implanted. Then 18, it means that it is getting implanted about a 20 to 24th day of the LMP. Your machine is calculating as per LMP. Machine is not knowing when the patient has ovulated. So machine is calculating as per LMP. So it means that I will be adding these 3 to 4 days and 2 days on to the 12 or 14 day. It means that this implantation is about a 22nd day of LMP. Now, this was a brief of embryology. We will come back to this embryology when we will be taking the ectopic pregnancy. Ectopic pregnancy is not in this virtual CME, but maybe that we will be announcing someday. These points are very, very important in the ectopic pregnancy. For example, if we are having a long tube, if we are having a tortoise tube, if we are having a narrow tube, it means that the 3 to 4 days will get stretched maybe up to 8 to 9 days. So there is the risk of ectopic pregnancy, which we will discuss. So this is the backbone of this embryology is itself a backbone. Yes, I am repeating, of early pregnancy scanning. Now, what is a pregnancy? A simple question: what is pregnancy? Is pregnancy a fertilized ova? Whosoever is thinking yes, keep your answer with you. Is pregnancy an implanted blastocyst? Whosoever is with this, keep your answer with you. I will come back to you. Now, what is a chemical pregnancy actually? Chemical pregnancy is the pregnancy when we are having detectable level of beta HCG. This is not clinical pregnancy. This is a chemical pregnancy. Chemical pregnancy is the pregnancy when we are having a detectable level of beta HCG. Now, what is a clinical pregnancy? A clinical pregnancy is when patient is aware of that she is pregnant. When she will get aware of? Whenever she will miss the period. So that is a clinical pregnancy. Now, what is a menstrual abortion? Give a thought. What is a menstrual abortion? Anybody having any idea of menstrual abortion? In your chat boxes or comment boxes now. This is very, very, very important to understand what is menstrual abortion. In your chat boxes now, hurry up. I'm keeping an eye on the chat box. What is menstrual abortion? Unable to implant, failure to implant. Dr. Wani Puri is saying unable to implant. Dr. Anusha, failure to implant. This is not an appropriate answer. I want an appropriate answer. What is a menstrual abortion? Dr. Vanipuri is now writing when there is chemical pregnancy but no implantation and patient bleeds on expected day of menses. Very, very good. Dr. Mirdula, Dr. Orvashi, Dr. Jyoti, Dr. Shruti are also commenting, but I will take the comment of Dr. Vanipuri when there is chemical pregnancy but no implantation and patient bleeds on expected day of menses. This is about a 90% relevant answer. Now, let us go back to the embryology. Now, see the importance of embryology. I told you that that's the backbone. This is the backbone. Now, we discussed that 12 to 14 day is the ovulation day. 14th day, okay? So 4 days it is traveling, 14 plus 4, 18. So 18th day, it is dropping into the endometrial cavity. 2 days, it is searching for the site. It means that it is about a 22nd day when it is about to implant. But what if, try to understand, what if it will not get implanted? It will get thrown out. Now, what will be the day? Try to understand. What will be the day when it will be thrown out? So that will be approx a 24th day, maybe 25th day. Now, whenever it is shed out, it is thrown out, patient is bleeding. Now, patient is not aware of that there is a blastocyst, which has not got implanted. What patient will now think of? In your comment boxes now, what patient will now think of? She is not aware of that there is a blastocyst in her uterus. What patient will think of now? Yes, Dr. Jyoti, patient will think of patient bled a bit early. Now see, these are the comment boxes over here. Patient will think that early menses or on expected day. Dr. Wani Puri, Dr. Manish Tiwari also, Dr. Sarita also, and others also are thinking on the same line. It means that now we are understanding the things. I'm very happy for you. It means that patient will think that the menses have come some days early, but actually she is not only menstruating, but she is throwing out the blastocyst. It means that we are dealing with the menstrual abortions. This thing. This is menstrual abortion. Is this very rare? No. This is not a rare. Literature is saying about a 20 to 40%. Try to understand. About a 20 to 40% of implanted blastocysts are thrown out by these menstrual abortions. That is why I started with what is pregnancy. Now, whosoever is thinking that pregnancy is an implanted blastocyst, here is the answer. That about a 20 to 40% of blastocysts after even implantation are thrown out. Now, whosoever is thinking that no, I will come to the first option, that pregnancy is a fertilized ova, there is a shocking information that about a 40%, more than 40% of these fertilized ovas are thrown out. Now, question. Why? Why these implanted blastocysts or these fertilized ovas are thrown out? Why? Is this always due to the low receptivity of the uterine cavity or something else? Of course, the low receptivity is also a point, but majority of these blastocysts are thrown out due to some other reason. What is that? In your chat boxes now. Chromosomal abnormalities, Dr. Jyoti, yes. So this is because of the chromosomal abnormalities that they are thrown out. Now, if you have not seen a God, in this slide you can see the God, but you cannot see the God by your naked eyes. You have to imagine the power of Almighty God. Now, how? Now, if we will do maths, we will keep on adding these percents. How many percent of fertilized ovas are thrown out? How many percent of implanted blastocysts are thrown out? We will come to the conclusion, which is not possible in a very small CMU or a workshop. These things we are discussing in our great detail in our courses, but I will give a rough estimate that about a 70 to 80% of chromosomal abnormal fetuses are thrown out. It means that only 20. Now, try to understand. It means that only 20 to 30% of fertilized ovaries will land in a live baby. Now, what is normal? An English word, normal. What is normal? Normal is something which we are seeing routinely. That is normal. Now, normal is that I am having 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 head, 10 fingers. Why this is normal? Because everybody is having these 10 or this 1 or these 2 eyes. Now, if all fertilized ovaries will result in a live baby, what will happen? What will happen is that we will be flooded with chromosomal abnormalities. And chromosomal abnormalities are having a high possibility of having the structural deformities also. It means that about 80% will have some type of structural deformities. So what is normal? 10 fingers. And then if we will land in every fertilized ova to have a live baby, then we will be having maybe 20 or maybe 18 or maybe 16 fingers as normal. Because what is normal? Normal is what we are seeing routinely. Then people will say, Dr. Wani is having only 1 nose, I'm having 4. He is abnormal. Now, this is the power of God, that he is eliminating all chromosomal abnormal fetuses. Not all, about 99.8%, if not 9% of chromosomal abnormal fetuses are thrown out. What we are seeing is about a half or maybe a 1% of fetuses only. So now this is the point. The point here is that we should have at least a basic idea of embryology whenever we are about to touch the ultrasound probe.